Portugal is the oldest nation on the Iberian Peninsula and is a democratic republic since the ratification of the constitution after 4 decades of dictatorship in 1976. It has an estimated population of 10.3 million inhabitants, 308 municipalities, and 2 autonomous regions in the 2 archipelagos in the Atlantic Sea. One characteristic typical of Portugal is the scarcely declining turnout, especially in parliamentary election, which reached 51.4% of abstention some years ago, which increased in the presidential election last month to 60.8% of no voters. Take into account that in 76, when the constitution was approved, the abstention were 24%. And no referendum, as those on abortion and regionalization, for example, ever reached the quorum. So no referendum had a concrete effect because of this. Although Article 2 of the Constitution that was added and reformed in the 90s praises for deepening participatory democracy as one of the duties of the state of the rule of law, the public administration is not organized in line with this, nor is the process of amendment for the Constitution. We had already 7 amendments since 76. The last one was in 2005. There was another one who aborted in 2010. The majority were just to approve European treaties and the participation to the Penal International Court of Justice, but they happen only through parliamentary mechanisms. So citizens cannot participate directly and officially in the process of constitutional review, but they can manifest themselves in the legislative and the political process during the normal timing in 2 ways, especially by participation in a referendum or by exercising legislative initiatives. For this, they respectively need to collect 60,000 or 20,000 signatures of enfranchised citizens. No success in formal practical application of this, but some petition, which are also possible with a much lower threshold of signature required, reach the target in some cases, being discussed in the parliament, as in the case of a grassroots experience during the economic crisis by the inflexible precarios who had the capacity of approve a law on independent workers fiscal regime, so-called recibos verdes. We think that it's important to underline that the word deliberation, as in many Neo-Latin countries, means principally decision, so a decision issued by an institution. So the reference of the constitution in Portugal is participatory democracy. The term deliberative has another meaning. So until now, there have not been deliberative process in Portugal. There have been 3 grassroots experiences linked to universities, experiments, and to the citizen view on climate and energy for the COP 21st of Paris. They happened between 2015 and 2017, but no recommendation that they did to the parliament or the president then were transformed into a debate or into some official formalized process. I would like to finish saying that there was since the 2000 a cultural change that generated an important wave of local participatory experiences. Also here we don't have deliberative experiences. We have in this moment 1,686 participatory budgeting. Of them, more than 1,500 are in secondary schools due to a national law that provides in high school participatory budgeting. So we had a mechanism mechanism of experimenting that scaled up to regional and even national level. So we have national participatory budgeting by the central governments, and there have been a very interesting experiences of participation to work on reforms of decentralization. We are in the middle of a big transfer of issues related to responsibility related to housing, to health, to education, social assistance to local authorities between this month and March to 2022, and some of these reforms have been locally prepared through participatory processes. So we hope that from here, from this magma of energies, of participatory energy, there could have we could experience a change in the next year, and maybe arrive to be able to touch directly also the constitution through deliberative processes.